nigga that sip the Kool-Aid. That LaFraud, single barrel and goose egg. Got the coke going up on a Tuesday. Roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me no say spirit gun like you skate. Nigga might run up in that black face like Gucci. Boy, kinda cracker. King your favorite rapper. Cause I run with cheese like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. Where you religionist, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust off my boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the livest, y'all suckers is the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they bitch I wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same cause. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be repping for my niggas riding for the same cause.
Cult leader.
Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Man, somebody, bitch.
Cult leader. Yeah. We think the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oh, you ready now? Lashawan.
Lashawan means Israel. Mariam, Wapanya, Hakudam, which means stand and face the east. During the Lord's Prayer, first in the Hebrew, then in English, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayam, Natan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa'ara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever so be it. Prayer for power. Verse in Hebrew. Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Latan
Lanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Ka'amakala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarium, Hakak, Lakoyam, Hamatiyam, Hakak, Irakwa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ma'ashem, Yahushai, the water, The power in the English.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
And all manner of
The
disease.
power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Ashah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Harim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shayawar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ayakaka.
La'ayakaka.
Wayarak.
Yayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawa'aka.
Waba'aka.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aita.
Wa'ait awalam.
Wa'ait Iwalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the
I
hill.
will lift up my eyes into the
From
hill.
whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help.
Help coming from the Lord,
Help coming from the Lord.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
Do
earth.
not suffer thy foot to be
Do
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is the shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is the shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going
and thy
out
coming in
and thy coming in
from this time
from
forth
this time forward,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. All right, blessings in the blessings first in the Hebrew. Barak,
Barak.
Atah,
Atah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wama Yaka'ala,
Wa Mayaka'ala.
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim.
Matazabiah,
Wa Tazabiah.
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapim,
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyim,
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Quatazayanyim,
Ha Quatazayanyim.
Ha Kayayalim,
Ha Kalayanyim.
Wa Ha Aquathian,
Wa Aquaquian.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem,
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
Wala,
The water.
Aman.
Aman. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commander General Yohana.
Commander General,
The
Yahweh,
generals.
the generals,
The
the
captains.
captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 83, verse in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Al-Hayim.
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Takarash,
Al-Takarash.
Wa Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat.
Al,
Al.
Kayahana,
Kayahana.
Awayabika,
Awayabika.
Yahama Yawan,
Yahamayawan.
Wamashana Yaka,
Wamashana Yaka.
Nasha Awa,
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'ariyamwa,
Al-Ariyamyam.
Sawad,
Sawad.
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Wayataya Aitazawa.
Al-Tazapanwa Yaka,
Al-Tazapanwan Yaka.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Lakawa,
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam.
Magaya,
Magaya.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yazakar,
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharala,
Sham Yasharala.
Aiwad,
Aiwad.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Nawa Aitazawa,
Nawa Aitazawa.
La,
La.
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa.
Al Yaka,
Al Yakar.
Bayaf,
Bayath.
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa.
Ahalya,
Ahalya.
Adwam,
Adawam.
Wayashimai Alayam. Wayashimai Alayam,
Wayashamai alayam.
Mawa Abba,
Mawa Abba.
Wahagariam,
Wahagariam.
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wa Aimawan,
Wa Aimawan.
Wa Amalak,
Wa Amalak.
Palashath,
Palashath.
I'm Yeshabia,
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa,
Nalawa.
Imam,
Imam.
Ayawa,
Ayawa.
Zarawai,
Zarawai.
Laban Yalawat,
Laban Yalawat.
Salah,
Salah.
Ashalaham,
Aishalaham.
Kamadian,
Kamadian.
Kasayasa, sorry, Kasayasa, sorry, Kasayasara,
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayabian,
Kayabian.
Barakal,
Banakal.
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayanda Ara,
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Ayawa,
Hayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
Ladaman,
Ladama.
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa.
Nada Yamawa,
Nada Yamawa.
Ka'ara,
Kara.
Wakaza Abba, sorry, Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba.
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak.
Wakatazalmanai,
Wakata Zalmanai.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Nayarashab,
Nayarashah.
Lanawa,
Lanawa.
Av,
Av.
Na'awa,
Naawaf.
Alahayim,
Alahayim.
Alahayab,
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya Racha,
Lapanya Rakha.
Ka'ash,
Kaash.
Taba Ira Ya'ira,
Tabaira Yaira.
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba.
Talahat,
Talahat.
Hayam,
Hayam.
Khan,
Khan.
Tharadatma,
Thoradatma.
Basa Irika,
Basa Irika.
Wabasa Wapatka,
Wabasa Wapatka.
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam.
Mala'a,
Mala'a.
Panyaham,
Panyaham.
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa.
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabahalwa.
Aid Ya'aid,
Aidi Ai.
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Atha,
Atha.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Labadka,
Labadka.
Ayawan,
Ayawan.
Alkaha Arataza,
Al-Kal Ha'arataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
keep not thy silence, O
Hold
God.
not thy peace and be not still, O God.
Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
Indeed, that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And these that hate thee have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsels against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
come and let us cut them off and be the nation.
that the name of
In
Israel
the name of Israel,
may be no more in remembrance.
maybe no more remembered.
For they have consulted with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur has also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot,
They
Salah.
have hope in the children of Lot, Salah.
Do unto them as the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to
as
Jabin,
to Jabin,
at the brook of
at the
Kison,
brook of Kison,
which perished at
which
Endor.
perished at
They
Endor.
become as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their ovals like Oreb,
Make their nobles like
and
Oreb,
like Zeb.
and like Zeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Zabah,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves the houses of God into possession.
let us take to ourselves the houses of God into possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the
As
wind.
the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
And as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
As the flame sets the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name, O
That
Lord.
they may seek thy name, O Lord.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is
whose
Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth. All right, bless Israel first in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wahabayat Saparia.
Wahabayat Shaparim.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Agan.
Magan.
Bahasham.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Tawada.
The water.
Aman.
Aman. Bless Israel in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us and Israel.
Bless us and Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Curse. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things
and
living.
all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction
the heathen.
to the heathen
That speak against us.
that speak against us,
Like prophets.
like prophets,
The teachers.
the teachers,
The princes.
the princes,
The priests.
the priests,
The Israelite brothers.
the Israelite brothers,
And the school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
And punishment and destruction.
and punishment and destruction
It's lucky. To the heathen.
to the heathen,
And shake loose
and shake loose
the treasure
the treasure
of the rich of Israel.
of the rich of
That
Israel
refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter into thy
to
sanctuary.
enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
And punishment and
and
destruction.
punishment and
To
destruction
the Edomites.
to the Edomites
And the nations.
and the nations
And their drug dealers.
and their drug dealers,
Court system.
court system,
Prison
the
system.
prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood,
All the governments of our enemies.
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church,
The Pope.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Egyptology.
Egyptology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads.
skinheads,
Posse Comitazi.
Posse Comitazi,
Gay movement.
the gay movement,
Lesbian movement.
the lesbian movement,
Spies.
spies,
Workers of witchcraft.
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program.
NASA space program,
Army.
Army,
Navy.
Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force,
Marines.
Wall
Wall Street.
Street,
Open up the internet.
open up the internet,
And the airwaves.
and the airways,
Cable access channel.
cable access channels,
And the radio channel.
and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us.
that seek to stop us
And bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in our way
that stand in the way
or try to stop
or
us
try to stop us
from broadcasting your
from
word
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
throughout the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues
Let the plagues
take the house
take the house
of the thief and the
of the
murderer.
thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai, Michael,
and Gabriel
and Gabriel
come down with the flying
come
saucers
down with the flying saucers
and punish all the
and
heathen
punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against us
as we speak thy
as we
word.
speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by
Cause it to
all
be known by all
that it is the angels that have
that
done
is
it.
the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
Sir, Yeshabim, you turn to be seated. So I can grab some real quick. That's like one out of one.
Okay.
right, so we're gonna be in Genesis, the 4th chapter, starting at the 1st verse. Wahadam, Yadai, Ath, Chawa, Ashathwa, Wathahar, Wathalad, Ath, Koyan, Wathamar, Konayathia, Ayash, Ath, Yahweh, verse 2. Wathasap, Laladath, Ath, Achayawa, Ath, Laabal, Wayahaya, Habal, Ra'aya, Taza'an, Wakoyan, Haya, Ibad, Adamah, verse 3. Wayahaya, Makwataza, Yum, Wayaba'a, Koyan, Maparia, Ha'adamah, Malacha, Layahawa, verse 4. Ahabal, Abaya'a, Gam, Hawa'a, Mabakarawaf, Mabakarawaf, Slaket. Taza'anawa, Wamachal bahan. Wayashai. Yahweh. Al. Habal. Wa'al. Manachathwa. Verse 5. Wa'al. Koyawan. Wa'al. Wa'al. Manachathwa. La'a. Se'aiha. Wayachar. Lakhwayan. Ma'ad. Wayapalwa. Panyawa. Verse 6. Wayamar. Yahweh. Al. Koyan. Lama. Chara. Lach. Lacha. Laka. Olama. Napalwa. Panyaka. Verse 7. Halawa'a. Am. Dayatiyab. Sha'ath. Wa'am. La'a. Dayatiyab. Lapathach. Chata'ath. Chatath. Rabatazah. Wa'alayak. Dashaya Kwathwa. Wa'atha. Tamashal. That's it. So Genesis 4 started 1. Actually, you one of those, or pull this one, so I got a yellow slide. Your mic.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain.
So this is talking obviously, about Adam and Eve, after being kicked out, right, at a garden. Of course, it was still his rib. So, they had their firstborn son, which was Cain, right? Keep reading.
And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Right, so. All right, let's see. And as you'll understand or tell or know, it's our names basically are a synopsis of what, they're a synopsis of words. It's not just something we just threw together. It's words put together, right? All right, so that's why she gave him that name, because she got a man from the Most High. Keep going.
She again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of the sheep.
God.
But Cain was a tiller of the ground.
God.
In the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord.
So, since Adam got the laws of the Most High God, right, they knew that they had to bring an offering. They knew that they had to give a sacrifice, right? And they knew what that sacrifice was supposed to be, right? Was it Abel? He brought that's like Cain. He ended up bringing fruit from the ground. So he just grabbed some, fruit from his trees, right? He knew what he was supposed to bring, but what he brought instead was the fruit, right? Keep going.
And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Right, because Abel brought the correct offering, right? Cain brought whatever he wanted to bring, right? He said, look, this is what I got. I know. Now, again, Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, they lived in a world, you know what I'm saying, where there were other people around. Just because you are a farmer, right, and you grow fruits and vegetables, right, doesn't mean you can't trade with other people, right? Again, at this time, we know that there were cities built, right? There were other people around. You don't just sell the fruit. I mean, it's like you don't just grow the fruit and that's all you have, right? You grow the fruit and you sell it, right? And then you bring the correct offering, because Abel, he was fortunate enough to where all he had to do was take the firstling of his flock, right? And Cain was supposed to take his fruit and sell it, and then take what he bought, and that was supposed to be the sacrifice. They knew what the correct sacrifice was because Adam was their father, and the Most High God gave Adam his laws. That was that breath of life that he blew into him, his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So this is why we say that our oppressor is Cain, right? Of course, we know Cain's descendants were killed in the flood, but spiritually, our oppressor is Cain, because they'll bring whatever they want to bring, right? They'll do whatever they want to do, right? It's not what it's like. They can create the rules and then not follow them themselves because they don't feel like it, right? It doesn't matter. It's whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, and you're supposed to accept it, right? But the Most High was not accepting Cain's offering. He did accept Abel's offering and had respect unto him, right? Keep reading.
But unto Cain offering he had not respect,
right?
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
So he knew what he was supposed to bring to the Most High, right? But he didn't. He brought what he wanted to bring, and then he got upset when the Most High didn't accept it, right? Cain was basically telling the Most High, look, I know what you want, but you're going to take what I give you, right? And that is the spirit not only of our oppressor, but the Christian church.
Damn right.
Right? They got the Bible. Yeah. They don't do one thing in it, and then they tell the Most High what he gonna do. They call him up on the main line and tell him what they want. Right? It's not that they gotta serve the Most High and follow and do what he says do. No. The Most High is supposed to do what they say do, according to Christians, according to our oppressor. Right? Because the black Christian church is nothing but white supremacy. So that they get all their ideology from our oppressor. Right? So that's why our people do that to this day, because we follow Cain. Right? Keep reading. Unless you have something on that.
Verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
He said, why you so mad, Cain? Why you got that look on your face? What's wrong with you? Right? Keep reading.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
Cain knew what he was supposed to do. Cain knew the offering he was supposed to bring. And the Most High said, look, if you do what you're supposed to do, won't I accept your offering? I'll accept it if you brought the right offering, but you didn't bring the right offering. And you know you didn't. Right? And this is how you know that they knew the law of sacrifice. Right? Because that's the reason the Most High didn't take it. This further proves, you know what I mean, that when Adam received the breath of life, he was getting the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Right? Because the Most High God is checking Cain right now. If you did what you were supposed to do, wouldn't you got what you wanted? Right? Keep reading.
And if thou doest not well.
So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, go ahead.
Sin lieth at the door.
That's sin. Right? Sin is right there. If you don't do well, then sin lieth at the door. Sin is the transgression of the Most High God's law. If there was no law, there would be no sin. All right? If there was no law of sacrifice and no law of what you were supposed to bring for sacrifice, right, there would be no sin. Cain would be guilty of nothing, right? But the Most High God is telling him, look, you did that and you upset, but all you had to do was do right and you wouldn't have been in sin. Just do right. Keep reading.
And Cain, Salakia. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
All right. And unto thee, Cain, shall be his desire, right? And thou shalt rule over him. Right? You got something on that?
This the Most High. Basically, what the conscious community and the Christians say, that God don't show favoritism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the Most High letting you know, like, hey, what you did was wrong, and what your brother did was right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you did what your heart desired, but not what I told you to damn do.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
All right. So now we happen into verse 8. So back in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Koyan, Al, Habal, Achiewa, Wayahaya, Bahaya Watham, Bashada, Wayakwam, Koyawan, Al, Habal, Akiwa, Wayaharag Hawa. Verse 9. Wayamar Yahweh Al Koyan Aya Abal Hachayak. It's okay. Salakia. Akyaka. Wea Amar. La'a. Yada Aithia. Hashamar. Akya. Anakia. Verse 10. Wea Amar. Ma. Aishayath. Wawal. The Maya. Akyaka. There's an Aiquium. Alia. Man. Adama. Verse 11. Wa'aitha. Our reward. Atha. Man. Adama. Ashar. Patazatha. Ath. Paya. Lakwakach. Ath. Damaya. Achyaka. Verse 12. Kaya. The Ibad. Ha'adama. La'a. The Sap. Tatha. Or Slakia. Tath. Kacha. Laka. Na'ai. Wanad. Tahaya. Ba'aratiza. Verse 13. We'amar. Koyan. Al. Yahweh. Gadawal. Iwanya. Manash'ah. Verse 14. Han. Garshath. Atya. Hayawam. Ma'al, Panya, Ha'adama, Wama Panyaka, Asathar, Wahayayata, it's okay, Wahayayataya, Na'ai, Wanad, Ba'arataza, Wahaya, Kal, Mataza'aya, Yaharagnaya. All right, starting at verse 8.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
So, after, Cain spoke with the Most High, right? He came up against his brother and killed him because, like I said, that spirit is still there today. Rather than admit that they're wrong, right? Rather than admit that you're better than them or that you're right and they've done things wrong, they'll just rather kill you.
Right.
But they still had this spirit to this day, right? Our oppressor has this spirit so heavy, it's ridiculous that people don't understand when we tell them that spiritually they Cain. Spiritually they the snake in the garden. You know what I'm saying? They are Edom. They are it's like the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And every time we look at an example of the devil, of Cain, of that serpent in the garden, we see it in our oppressor, and it's just so prevalent, right? So instead of, correcting they wrong and doing right, it could have been just as easy as this. If the Most High rejected my offering. So next time it's time for the offerings, right? I need you to get me. I need you to give me one of your lambs, one of your sheep, right? And I'm gonna give you X amount of fruit, X amount of vegetables, right? You trade with them, and then you offer the lamb, right? It never said that Cain wasn't eating it. You know what I mean? He probably had some lamb at his house, but he wasn't offering up his lamb, right? You trade for it because he knew the law, but he chose not to follow it anyway. So instead of following the law, he decided that he was gonna go ahead and kill his brother, right? Keep reading.
Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not.
Right.
Am I my brother's keeper?
This, from this point on, has been the most famous line of any betrayer. Of any snake in the grass. Go ahead.
He slick talking the Most High.
Count.
Good night.
Count, sir. He, as General Muhammad put it, he's getting fresh with the Most High.
Kind.
Am I my brother's keeper? What?
You deserve whatever you get after that.
Count to God. Like, not only did he disrespect the Most High by offering what he knew he wasn't supposed to offer, and then when the Most High check him, he go kill the servant of the Most High God. Let's look at it as how it is. He went and killed the man who was serving the Most High God. Right? And then when the Most High God come look at him and check him on it, he want to get fresh with the Most High. Like this is our oppressor all day, all night. Like it's it's so beautiful coming into this school and being able to read these scriptures and understand what they're actually saying, right? And understand what they mean, right? Keep going.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And he said, what hast thou done?
Right.
The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
The Most High is just like, he's flabbergasted. Like,
Kind,
how can
Salaki.
go ahead?
He like, you done committed this heinous act. He know what you done.
God.
He knows every damn thing.
God.
Go ahead.
And he sitting there like, it's basically like, all right, now imagine your child, you know what I mean? You ask your child, you ain't do those, I thought I told you to do them dishes. You ain't say to do no dishes.
Kind.
Like, you shocked for a second. For a real quick second. And then you like, you know what? Because of what you did, you about to catch this whooping.
Kind.
You about to catch this punishment. You getting kicked out. Like, you shocked for a second. Okay, get out. Right? That's basically what the Most High did. Okay, that's fine. Get out. And keep reading.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And now art thou cursed from the earth,
Right?
which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Right? So, he said you are cursed from the earth, right? Not only are you, when he's saying you cursed from the earth, not only is he saying you got to get out, right? But now that since you decided to kill your brother and bury him in this ground, ain't nothing in this ground gonna work for you ever.
Kind.
To this day, the Edomites had to go get. They have to have slaves.
Kind.
They cannot work the ground. They cannot grow their own food. Right? This is the same thing with their reproduction. This is why, the overturning of Roe v. Wade is something that most Edomites, especially those, who actually understand things, didn't want, because it affects our community and they can't produce, right? They need just enough of us to keep around a slave force.
Right.
But if we start to reproduce at a higher rate, because there is no abortion, and they not having kids, they're close to reverse. I think their birth rate is like 1.1 or 1.2, something like that. Basically, their population is stagnant. For just about every single one of them that's born, there's one of them dying, right? And we are famous for reproducing.
Kind.
We are famous for having children. In Shakar, man, look, you stop these abortions in the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. There is no way we murder 1 million of our own children a year.
Right.
I mean, 500,000. 10 years, that's an additional 5 million on our population. And think about that. This has been in effect since the 70s.
Right.
They knew what they were doing, right? That's why they set up all these Planned Parenthoods in our neighborhood, right? Because they're cursed from the ground. They need just enough of us.
That's right.
As they can use as a workforce. Every other one of us they need to kill off. Why? Because they are the original murderer. That's their culture. Murder.
Damn right.
Murder and disease. And theft. Can't forget theft, right?
Can't forget it.
Okay. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Right. So that again, this is that curse where they couldn't grow anything if they wanted to. Right? They tried to grow potatoes over in Ireland. Damn near they killed the whole population.
Okay.
They rely on slavery. And this is Cain's, punishment.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Remember the Dust Bowl years.
Kind.
Good night.
Kinda.
Most High showed them.
Kind. They tried it.
They tried it.
Kind, sir.
Ooh-wee. We
tried
prospered, and what they get? Dust.
Kind, sir. Because they don't know how to grow anything.
Kind.
Like and that's why right now, most of the food that we eat, especially, from these Edomite farms, are so genetically altered and modified.
Right.
They can't grow natural food. That's why like if you get certain seeds, right? When farmers get certain seeds, they have to get a specific fertilizer because that fertilizer works with those seeds. If you get a different fertilizer, the seeds won't grow.
Right.
Because they have to chemically engineer a way for them to be able to overcome this curse that the Most High gave to them, and it's still killing the ground. They still can't grow enough food. And that's because this curse, just like the Most High cursed us, and that is still on us to this day, when the Most High curse you, right, the curse don't come off till you do what you're supposed to do. And ain't no way he can, unmurder his brother. We can repent from our sins.
Right.
But ain't no way he can come back. So this is his fate forever.
Okay.
Right? Keep going.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thy be in the earth.
They are the most murderous and thieving nation there has ever been in existence.
Damn right.
Right? They are not the Greeks. They murdered the Greeks and then took their name. Right? They are not the Italians. They murdered the Italians and then took their name. That's the whole story of Rome.
Kind.
We came here. It was already groups of people here. We raped them and robbed them and murdered them. Now we're the Italians. St. Patrick's Day, right? When Nakers want to dress in green and drink all the green beer and vomit in the street. St. Patrick's Day is about how Catholic priest, that Patrick, went to Ireland and murdered all the natives. Now they're the Irish. They're a vagabond.
That's right.
They are rolling destruction. They have never come into a land and dealt with anybody or anything politically. They destroy everything. They are destroying the entire planet that they live on.
That's right.
Because that's all they know.
Right.
And then they're looking to go live on another planet. Why? Because they're vagabonds.
That's
They've
right.
already roamed all over this planet, so they're trying to roam all over everywhere else they can. Right? Because they will continually be a vagabond. Right? Keep going.
And Cain said unto the Most High, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
So, of course, he crying and complaining. You don't want to follow directions. Then you murder your brother. But all of a sudden, somehow, your punishment is just so great for you to bear. Right? They were. I'll give you a good example. Right? When Amber Geiger was sitting there crying at her sentencing, you murdered a man who was doing nothing but eating cereal, watching TV. But you crying because you got 10 years. 10 years,
Okay.
and you a cop, and you gonna have good behavior, and they giving you time served. She almost out. They were actually just doing I got to check and see if it went through, but they were just last year had her back up for a new trial, but they kept that under the media's attention, so she could get out early. They cry when they have to face the punishment of their own actions, right? Keep going.
Verse 14, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
Now when he's talking about, the face of the earth, it's not, again, Genesis itself is metaphorical, and we speak in metaphor. So when it's driven out from the face of the earth, it is saying that basically he doesn't have a home. He has no place, right? He has no place on this planet.
Right.
Right. That's why in Obadiah they're going to have to be destroyed, because everybody's going to return to their land. They don't have one. Right? They don't. Everything that they have, they've stolen. Right. So that's how he's been driven out from the face of the earth. Right. Keep going.
And from thy face shall I be hid.
And he knows that there's nothing he can do to come back to the Most High because he has killed a servant of the Most High God. All right, keep going.
And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
The so-called white man is the most hated people on the planet.
Kind.
Now, they oppress everybody. They got their foot on everybody's neck around the planet. It's like Elon Musk, right? They was making this joke. Elon Musk is the first African-American owner of Twitter.
Good night.
Why is he African-American? Because he's from South Africa. Why? Because they went down there and killed all those Africans and took over their land and said, now we the Africans, right? They went to Moab. They killed Moabites. Now their descendants are running Moab.
Right.
If you look around just about every country on this planet Earth, Edomites are there ruling and controlling and destroying everything they can.
Kind.
And if they can't get into your government, they send their military. So now you under their occupation.
Kind.
That's the whole problem with North Korea. North Korea did not want the Edomites to have their foot on their neck, so they were like, "Nah, we gonna run this." And Esau was like, "Nah, y'all gonna have to." So what we gonna do is we gonna make you a prisoner in your own country.
Kind.
Because you will not submit, and we gonna have to oppress you in some way. All right? Was that it on that one?
Kind.
All right, unless you had to say anything, that'd be it.
That's it.
All right. So with that, we are well past the time. Shalom, Israel.